Radical.
I tell you, the YouTube algorithms have a sense of humor. I don't know if it's possible for an algorithm to have a sense of humor, but this is pretty fucking funny. I and a lot of people have been recommended this upload because in the comment section, people are saying, they have been recommended this one on their sidebar. It's funny. It's ironic that this upload is titled The Future of the Completionist. Now, I had never seen this one. I think it might have been 2018 was the first time I had even heard of the Completionist. But there was a fallout between him and a fella named Greg. I do not know a whole lot about that fallout. Because, like I said, the first time I ever seen the Completionist was around 2018. Maybe, I would say, middle of 2018. And that's when I started, uploading and criticizing him in 2018. But I knew nothing about this. They were a team, apparently. They worked on uploads together. And in this one, does he have the sad music? I'm not sure. He talks about his future, which is fucking hilarious. And there's some comments I'll go into under this upload in a moment that are pretty funny. It's hilarious and ironic he's talking about his future in this upload. Well, I'm from the future, and I'm telling you that you don't have much of a fucking future right now. So he's talking about the fallout in this upload with him and Greg, and how Greg wanted him to remove every single upload on his channel that he was a part of. And he said he was damned if he did, damned if he didn't. He could leave him up, but then he could face legal problems. Ironic. He used to say that back in 2017. And he had to make the tough decision to remove those uploads. But then if I'm not wrong on this, didn't he re-upload all those and redo them, I believe? Effectively, taking the other person's contributions out of everything. Because, he's a completionist. I guess he has to complete those uploads. It would really be helpful if I knew a lot about the whole situation with him and Greg. So if any of you can enlighten me, please do in the comment section down below about exactly what their deal was. I will say, just from listening to him talk about it, it seemed like it was pretty bad. It seemed like it was a pretty bad, nasty breakup. And maybe right now, we can kind of get an idea of the business decisions that Greg might have not been really big into. And, this was 2017, so at that point, that was within the window to where he still had that charity money that was in his account. So maybe it had something to do with that. Could be a variety of things. I will say there's some comments that are maybe from a year or two ago where they're talking about him in a positive light and how Greg, he was the loser in the situation and now Gerard's the winner and all this kind of stuff. But it's just kind of funny how things go, right? So let's get down to the comment section. But before we get down to the comment section and read some of these comments, I'm not going to do a side upload on this, but I'll quickly open this up and look at the Patreon of his. And my apologies, the crop is a little bit off. So here's the Patreon. 2,061 members, 959 posts. I got a question about this. So you see he's got the $5 a month for the basic one and the bonus plan for $75 a month. Ooh, there's 11 remaining. It's limited if you want to get into that. Yeah, you got your bi-weekly episode scripts, your DKC remixes with Ben Briggs, special events throughout the year. Over at the Completionist bonus plan, you got a lot of the same stuff. They look very similar. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 things on the left. I don't know the difference. What's so bonus about the bonus plan over there? There's got to be something else to that. Otherwise, why are you paying $70 more? Yeah, but why? Why are you paying? Why will anybody be paying? Why is anyone still members of the Patreon? Because correct me if I'm wrong here. Don't people donate to people's Patreons because they want to, they want to tip them for their content that they're uploading? So if Gerard's not going to be uploading anything in the future on his channel, which is a possibility, why shouldn't he just take down the Patreon? Makes sense, right? Makes sense. Now we get to those comments. Woo! Almost like a Ric Flair. Woo! I'm from the future. You have no future. Woo! Woo! A little woo. Christopher MD7TF. The fact that I got this in my recommendations now. I know it's hilarious, man. I'm telling you, the algorithms have a sense of humor. Poker face, poker player James. Well, I'm looking back on this a lot differently. Anthony Jordan movies and more, 2470. 442, you actually right about this one. It just took a little longer by removing the videos. I think in that one, talked about legal problems he might be getting into. This didn't age well. 4, why didn't you give in again? You are a terrible pick in your fights. What future? This seems to be some sort of onslaught situation that we probably weren't able to understand at the time. Man, the algorithm is just evil. This aged like milk in the sun. Gerard, I came from the future to tell you that. Something about Alzheimer's. I don't know, man. I can't remember. That's pretty clever. Came from the future to tell him something about Alzheimer's, but he couldn't remember about what happened.